Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are pleased to have Mr. Mayer Aziz, a leading expert at Instrux, an international education company. Mr. Mayer, thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dilmurad. It's a pleasure to be invited here as an expert. I work here in Instrux as a business development manager, and I'm was very curious when you invited me to do a podcast with you. So I'm all yours.
Thanks.
Ask me anything.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
The pleasure is ours. Now, let's start with the biggest question. Nowadays, currently in Uzbekistan, every year we have a new university being opened. We have new branch of international universities which are being established. And the international education and actually studying abroad, is it still worth it in 2026?
Oh, well, it's a very huge questions. Let me divide it into parts. So first of all, I would like to say education is important, but the in the age of AI, where you can learn skills in matter of seconds, the education system that our ancestors built is not quite efficient in that matter. But still, if you really want to build a great career, you need to be in that country, in that lab, in that company. Because degree is a piece of paper. We already know that.
Yeah.
What actually makes your career is having relationships, networking,
Yeah.
and doing constant, being an active part of that society. And if you are part of big strong economy such as Germany, Italy, Netherlands, you're going to do good there. Yes.
Great. So you have been working quite extensively with the youngsters.
Yeah.
Please tell us what's the biggest misconceptions of young people, of youngsters in Central Asia, which they have about studying abroad.
I would like to say that for most students, they don't understand that if they choose a lesser known university with great post-study work rights is much more better than famous universities where there is no post-study work rights, where the country makes it harder for them to stay and work.
I see. Could you please elaborate on that?
Yeah, sure. For example, US, you can finish the degree and they are currently making it harder for students to stay, right?
Yep.
You cannot build a career, successful career, if you do not in the rat race. Let's say Netherlands, Belgium, or Italy, or even Germany. Germany is, I think, one of the most successful example. You finish the degree, you have amazing functional path of getting the residency.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So we'll get in details when it comes to career opportunities in a minute.
Yeah.
However, before that, I wanted to ask if you were once again 18 years of age,
Yeah.
living here in Uzbekistan, which country would you choose to study and why?
I mean, it would depend on your interest, on your budget. But
Absolutely.
if I had to choose, I would choose either Italy, Poland, or Hungary. Like Italy, the main reason is they provide amazing financial assistance, scholarships, etc. Hungary, even if you are like a second year course in your university, they provide amazing job opportunities. You already can get the job. Poland, both of them at the same time.
That's a great answer. Now the next one is, what in your opinion is the biggest difference between students who actually dream about studying abroad and those who make it happen eventually?
I think there is no perfect answer for this, but my advice to the students that actually want to make it happen, they need to treat it as very serious project with concrete deadlines.
I see.
Be very specific what you want and compare that with your academic achievements,
Yep.
what you're actually capable of, and do the research of what your capabilities can with the right opportunities.
Yeah.
I think anyone can make it happen.
Great. Here in Uzbekistan, currently, almost every single year, we have more than 800,000 people who want to enter higher education institutions. And unfortunately, we have only in total around 200,000 places in all universities, be it private, governmental, or branches of international universities, so on. Yeah, for that reason, there are so many people who cannot have access to local universities. And for that reason, I guess today we will elaborate on all the different aspects when it comes to studying abroad. Now, I wanted to dedicate some time about money and scholarships, about opportunities in general. Well, let's talk about money now. How much does a student realistically need to study abroad?
I mean, if you're talking about US, UK, and Australia, it's $25,000 to $50,000. But if you're talking about Europe, Poland, Italy, Netherlands, realistically $8,000 to $15,000
Per
year. Yeah.
I see. Great. What's the biggest financial mistake, in your opinion, and from your experience, international students and their peers make?
I think like the biggest mistake is treating tuition fees as the sole attention. You know, visa, insurance, rent, food. These costs are missed completely, and in time they double. So you really need to also focus on these things also, if you can really afford it, calculate it, really be financially mature. You know.
So you can say that the issue in most of the cases is that the approach is quite superficial.
Indeed, it is very, very, very. You cannot look at it in one aspect. You need to understand that your child is going to have a life there, and he needs to eat, right?
Yep.
So.
I see. Got it. So currently and previously you've talked about Italy as well and some other countries which offer great opportunities when it comes to scholarships.
Yeah.
Now, surely everyone wants a scholarship.
Yeah.
However, how realistic is it for an average Uzbek student to get one?
If you're talking about 100% scholarship, obviously it is very rare occasion. But what an average student can do is search for programs, universities where they offer at least partial scholarships, or tuition waivers. In Italy, there are 3-4 kinds of scholarships. One of them is the tuition waiver. Like if you do not get the full scholarship, you can get free tuition, right? So, and these things like partial scholarships, tuition waivers you can benefit 70% of the time without competing for the top scholarships, right?
I see.
Yeah.
Great. Now let's break it down in such a fashion. Yeah. Let's imagine you have $10,000 and 1 year to get yourself into a good foreign university. So what would be your plan? How would you spend that money?
Okay. And what age am I?
You're exactly the age of entering the university, I guess around 17, 19.
Okay. First of all, I would start with the research, like understand what I'm going to study and where I'm going to study. And if I have budget of that $10,000, I would definitely eliminate all the expensive program and expensive country, US, UK, Australia, and focus on realistic options. Italy, Hungary, Germany, right? And so research, then understand their requirements. If I have enough sufficient GPA, test scores, do I need other documents? Do I need like specific amount of financial means in my account? And then start working on that. So if I need like English language, I would find English center and enroll myself, let's say $500, $1,000 to learn that language. Then if I'm really having a difficulty finding the program, maybe go to an agency, ask their advice, and then works toward that path and get myself enrolled. I think it's really possible with $10,000 to get into these countries and these universities.
I see. I see. Let's talk about the approach to choose the right country. In your opinion, what is the most overrated country out of them all when it comes to education abroad?
Overrated country. I would say it's definitely UK. The rising costs. They have right now bad post-study work rights, and also like the tax system is horribly structured.
I see.
Yeah.
And what's, in your opinion, on the other hand, the most underrated country?
The underrated country. I am probably biased, but I would really go for Italy, Hungary, and Poland. I already like listed all the benefits, but it is actually an average person can really make their career out of that and really benefit from these countries if they go there.
I see. So your decision would be to send a young student, considering that his priorities are education, career, and a decent or maybe even good quality of life. You would send them to this one of these three countries, right?
Indeed.
Great, great, yes. Now going to a country where English is not the first language, what should be the proper approach? How important is it actually to learn the local language if you're studying in a non-English speaking country?
It is very critical, very critical, as you need to understand that getting a degree is first step, and if you're really planning to stay there and work there, find that friends, maybe possibly your wife, you need to learn the language. And the students need to realize they need to start as soon as possible, as soon as they get into the country, or even before the departure. It is very crucial.
Italiyada o'qishni rejalashtiryapsizmi? Unda italyan tilini hoziroq o'rganishni boshlang. Ciao Italiano bu Toshkentdagi italyan tili va madaniyati markazi. You know, with the advent of social media, currently with all the short content flying around on TikTok and Instagram, we have so many students who are also acting as bloggers, as influencers, and you know, in some cases, chasing views, chasing clout, so to say. They can present the situation there in a little bit inaccurate fashion.
True.
In your opinion, what does Instagram and TikTok get completely wrong about studying abroad? Like, could you please state some of the moments which maybe you also noticed on social media?
Definitely. Like one of the things that I noticed was like 20%, like 100% of the time, they advertise specific period, which is the departure, the enjoyable moments they are having in the country, etc., which is only,
the positive side.
The positive side. And it's in the overall journey, like if you take 100%, this is only the 20%.
Wow.
What about the visa paperwork?
Exactly.
What about finding the rent? What about like getting yourself a job there? Like this is the 80%, and the thing that would make the viewers actually want to view you. Like I would really love to view, understand how did you life hacks about finding accommodation there.
Yep.
Like life hacks about getting the job there and how to nail the interview, etc. Like really the hard part they are missing completely.
I know that as a leading expert in Instructs, you cover all those aspects and you try to accommodate students as much as possible and prepare them in advance. However, from your experience, what's the hardest part of studying abroad that usually nobody prepares them for?
I think again it is the same problem that even our students and me myself experience, is that nobody prepared us what happens after the departure. And I think no agency here except Instrux prepares that for that stage. And I think it is one of the crucial part that you need to learn, even if especially if you go to Italy.
Yep.
Even if you're studying an English taught program, you won't be able to find a job if you don't know Italian. Same case for me. I didn't got the job It's built on a different systems. And no matter which country you go to in Europe, learning local language is a must-have.
Have you had cases when students went abroad?
Yeah.
So actually, they finally got an opportunities to study. However, they go there and they realize this is not what I signed for. Like this is not what I wanted. Have you had such cases?
Yes, and I think 35% of the cases we had, and also like in my experience, also I also had the case that we didn't select the correct university, the correct country, and there is no study fit, as I call it. So you need to be very deliberate on researching where are you going to live, what kind of people are going to be there, what are the benefits of that, like even if it's a famous university, what kind of benefits I'm going to have after I graduate. And most of the times it's either too difficult, either it becomes university becomes too expensive, or either they cannot get the job after they finish the degree, and there are like a lot of problems. So you need to think about not only one stage, which is how do I get into the university, but overall, what do I get out of it?
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So the approach should be much more mature. You have to more or less understand in advance your goals.
Yes, definitely. And I think you need to look at every stage of your future life in 2 or 3 different like variables, getting into the university, staying there, getting the job, and understanding all of the aspects, advantages and disadvantages. It needs to be very, very deliberate.
Now let's talk about getting accepted into the university.
Yeah.
If you are reviewing the application of Uzbek students, what would immediately make you interested in some of the candidates? Like, what are the main factors which differentiate some above the others?
I think the really great students that come to us, they have already done the research. They know why they are going there. They know what they want to study. They have the real intentions, and they're like not delusional. They understand their academic capabilities. If they have low GPA, high GPA, if they have certain IELTS scores or Italian language score, and they understand what is realistic to them and what's not. And we love to work with these kind of students.
Let's talk about the difference between great motivation and weak grades.
This situation is particularly very interesting. A lot of people think that a great motivation can compensate the big scores, but it's actually not the truth. How do the universities view is that, like, if you have low scores but it's near the baseline of the requirements, the motivation can fill it.
Okay.
But if you have like really, really low academic achievements, really, really low GPA, no amount of motivation that you put into this letter is going to compensate you and help you get into the university. This is one of the things
I see.
people need to understand. Yeah.
Apart from scores and apart from motivation, what are some other factors? Maybe their social activities, or maybe their experience of extra curriculum activities. So what are the crucial things?
I would say it really depends on the country and the universities, but it definitely helps for the CV. You really need to prepare a good CV, your resume, and in that resume, you need to have clear and good extracurricular activities. I think every like great students who wants to get into top 100 universities needs to have particular set of skills and extracurricular activities. Maybe they have internship, maybe they are doing something for society, even volunteer counts.
I see. In 2026, we are now witnessing the advent of artificial intelligence. It's everywhere now. It's extremely accessible.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the applications, AI has already completely, I would say, changed how students learn and apply.
Yeah.
So has it changed the process of admission for universities?
It definitely did, because AI has risen the baseline of actually accepting the application and in which format it's going to be and how it's presented. So the baseline is above right now, and the universities know that, and they have installed such software, AI detecting software. So if a student is writing motivation letter with the AI, they are going to spot it, and it happened in a lot of cases. So each of our specialists, career counselor, admission counselors, help them structure it correctly. Because AI is great for like editing and brainstorming, but if you want to, like, just don't use it for to duplicate your voice
I see.
and like writing the things with the AI. Do it yourself, because a lot of, like, they see these amount of essays like weekly, applications generated by AI, like thousands per day. What
Wow.
makes you stand out is being genuine,
I see.
writing from your own words, even if it's sometimes wrong, but they will know that these persons wrote themselves. They have the intention and the motivations to invest their time uh, and their energy into these applications.
So is there already an AI control in place?
Yes, there is already AI controlled in most of the universities.
I see. So basically, using, let's say, ChatGPT to write the motivation letter, the students will actually harm themselves, right? In most of the cases.
Exactly, but it depends again. How are you planning to use it?
I
ChatGPT
see.
for like editing or like brainstorming, understanding what you actually want. Like it's great,
Yeah,
but don't use it just to like write the whole essay yourself.
I see. I see. Great. Now, with all your experience and with all your expertise and knowledge currently, and if you once again became an 18 years old student,
Yeah.
how would you use AI?
I mean, it would definitely help me with the research of the right university programs, right country for me. And like, I can just upload all of my scores, all of my report cards, transcripts, and letters there, and say, for this specific university profile, find me some great programs. And also, it would definitely help finding the scholarships, like, because for average person, for average student who does not have the financial means, it uh, before AI it was blocked, like it was Google search. Still, it was very hard to do research. Right now it's very easy. You upload your profile, understand, let's say you have limited amount of budget, and you can find a lot of scholarship, a lot of partial scholarships. So it would definitely open a lot of doors for a lot of people.
Great, great. Now let's talk about the education industry as a whole. Nowadays, currently, and also considering the current numbers which I mentioned previously, there's a huge wave of students or soon-to-be students who would like to find their dream university, and this field has become quite lucrative. And for that reason, there are so many agencies now helping students to study abroad. Now, what's the biggest red flag, so to say, when choosing an agency?
I think the biggest, like one of the biggest red flag is providing the wrong consultations. Second is guaranteeing admission, guaranteeing scholarship. You cannot, any agency or any person can't legally do that.
I
It's
see.
not correct. And like our experts talk about actual probabilities, outcome, and what's actually possible, and what are disadvantages in this kind of situation, advantages in this. So you need to be like, people really need to be really careful who they are working with and who they are selecting to work.
I see. So more unrealistic promises mean that most likely uh, it will be a failure.
Exactly. That's probably a scam.
I see. Great. So, from your experience, um, can there be a case, a situation where you would tell a student, you know what, don't use an agency, just do it yourself?
Yes. There were a lot of cases where a student who is brilliant, like really intelligent, they have all of their transcripts ready, IELTS ready, and they know where they want to study, and they just like need a little bit help. So we usually say them, they are capable, and if like most of the time they have the time like to really do the research, and everything is prepared, they just need the time to do research and apply. They have just anxieties most of the time, so we really suggest them, like calm them down. Everything is okay, you are like on the deadline, it's totally fine. You can do this without spending a lot of money on us.
I see. Great. Now let's talk about the period after you get a university degree. Let's talk about career after university. Uh, is getting a degree abroad actually enough to build a career in that very country, or abroad in general? Like, is it sufficient?
Obviously, getting a piece of paper, a diploma, degree is not enough. You need to do, first of all, networking, understanding social norms, doing internships, excelling in your language skills. These three are the must. If you do not have this, you are not going to have great career. Oh, sorry, any kind of career in that country.
I see. What, in your opinion, matters more, the university which you attended or the skills which you acquired?
So I would say a degree opens a door, but we all know there are thousands of doors. So what you are actually capable of, the skills, they matter right now and currently in our era of AI. Yeah.
I see. I see. Now, talking about skills,
Yeah.
what do you think are the skills which will give the biggest advantage to the youngsters who want to pursue international education and also careers abroad in the next 5 to 10 years, maybe? Because the world is changing in
Rapidly,
an extremely rapid fashion, yes.
Yes, so I would say AI, digital literacy in every field possible, understanding how to use it in your field or any other field, analytical skills, and learning languages. The communication is, I think, is going to be one of the most sought after skill in the future.
Yeah. And with the current opportunities with the AI, language learning has become much more
Exactly.
easier.
Exactly.
Great. In your opinion, should a young person choose a degree based on passion or the probability of future employability?
I mean, that's a very difficult question and very interesting. It really depends on your situation and how how wealthy are your parents. But I would say always follow the passion. But if you really need food by the evening, you need to go into a degree that allows you to earn the food.
That's a great answer.
Yes.
So, what's something, this is a really personal question.
Okay.
So, what's something you believed about education when you started your career that you completely disagree with today? Haven't seen this field from inside out, from different perspectives.
So, I studied mathematics, and obviously, it was a wrong choice for me because, I was never interested in in math overall, but I was interested in counting the money. So I transferred these skills to my current, projects and job. But I would say that it is very wrong thing to do if you're selecting a career and like a study choice. If you're not interested in it, it won't bring any kind of fruit for your future. Definitely. Okay.
I see, I see. Also, being an insider in this field, what's one unpopular opinion which you hold about international education in general?
Unpopular.
Yep.
I would again say that choosing a country is one of the most important decisions, and you need to choose the country based on the post-study work rights, not because it's a famous university, it's a top 100 universities. The number one single variable should be if you can get the job immediately after graduating or even during the study. And a lot of people, like I think 100% of people only select based on like rankings.
Yeah.
It is a different and completely wrong approach, especially in 2026. You should never do that, and it's a number one mistake.
Great, great. Please tell us what's one country that you would personally never choose to study in, and maybe some concrete reasons for that.
Okay, now that's a difficult question, but okay, never. I mean, there is no such countries that I would never suggest because
Yep.
it all depends on your budget. Like, you know, if I had the budget, I would go to US, Australia, but I am me and I like to travel a lot. I want to experience different kind of education system, like travel countries and experience the people, etc. But if let's take an average student, and I would definitely not recommend going to US, UK, yeah, because of the post-study work rights and the taxation system, and it's very hard to, really get going, like getting into the job if you don't have much more than your academic achievements.
Great, great. What would be your advice to parents? Because, you know, with the growing number of students going abroad, surely nowadays most of the parents, maybe who are friends with those who already are studying abroad or are planning to go there, the parents are also considering it as an option.
Yeah.
Just in case, maybe. So what would be your advice to parents who surely worry about so many things, and what would be the step-by-step process to approach the future whereby the children go to study abroad and find the opportunities to pursue the future careers there?
Yeah, a lot of parents and a lot of these parents are great that invest, and we need these parents needs to look at this opportunity as an investment in their kid for betterment of their future.
Yep.
Because eventually they will get into these good universities, they will start a life there, they will find a job, then most probably they will get a residency and live a good life, and in a much more stronger, let's say, economy where there are better opportunities, and most probably they will give back to you the money. So invest in them.
Great, great. So now we have a couple of rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So the best country to study abroad in 2026?
Italy.
And why?
Financial assistance.
Great. Full scholarship or top university with a partial scholarship?
Full scholarship.
Okay. Prestige or employability?
Employability.
Great. IELTS score or real English?
IELTS score.
Great. Degree or skills?
Skills.
Great. Study abroad at 18 years of age. Is it more freedom or risk?
Freedom.
Great. And now to wrap this up, what would be your advice to the youngsters who are just cross the point where they have to choose a proper career, they have to choose what they want to do? It doesn't matter if they want to study abroad, study locally, or directly go to some courses to get some skills to start working immediately. So what would be your advice to the youngsters who want to make a difference both locally and globally as well?
Guys, like future students, Uzbekistan or of the world, you guys need to understand that you can make impact wherever you are. It doesn't matter in which country you are, but I would really suggest to understand first yourself, your goals, and what are you trying to achieve. And if the country provides you with the right opportunities, right work, and like for example, like there are certain careers for them, medicine, law, specific research, you know, in chemical engineering or nuclear science, that you really need to like be in that location, be in that country to experience this, because no amount of online digital skills would get you to the same level of opportunity as working with the person next to you who is the scientist, your colleagues. Networking is the best thing to you, and you need to understand, like, weigh all the options, what you actually can afford. And I think there is like average, poor or wealthy, rich, doesn't matter. You can find the program, university, anywhere in the world, if you are willing to put your mind into it. Use AI, guys. Come on. Yeah.
Great. So talking about those who want to pursue education abroad,
Yeah.
what would be the assistance of Instructs at this point of their career, maybe free of charge, so that uh, they can get some clear overview of opportunities, risks, commitments, and so on.
Yeah, like Instrux is willing to provide free, full diagnostic for all of the students that would like to study abroad. Like you can freely like come to our office. So Instrux is willing to provide free, full diagnostics for all of the students who would like to study abroad. You can freely book with the link that is provided. Uh, our expert of multiple years will receive you, and we will provide you with all of the stages that you need to go through. University selections, what are the possibilities of getting the scholarships, what are the possibilities of getting the visa. It will be all handed to you as a document that you can freely review and take it with yourself. So I invite all of the students to take this opportunity very seriously if they want to study abroad.
Great. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thank you very much.